Exactly. I mean, we've got players like, as you said, like Socceroos, who's played for Holland, just won the championship. We've got Potosi, we've got Anelli and Conca, all play in Europe. So I expect them, as you say, it's a very young team and they've got to start somewhere. But as I say, they're a group of players that we've identified to take us forward, and this is the future of South African football. Well, they've got a formidable team. I mean, they've got a lot of very, very good players. Their striking force is very good, I think. You know, I watched them a lot. Tim Cahill, Matthew Leckie and Tommy Orr will probably start, you know. They're decent players. The midfield's pretty strong as well, you know. So we're expecting, you know, for me, really, I'm looking at my team. You know, I want to focus on what we're doing. I know it's a preparation for Australia going to the World Cup, but for me, it's a preparation for further things down the line for us, you know. So I think the game will be played in the right spirit, and I think it'll be an interesting game. I watched a couple of games. I don't know him personally. I watched a couple of games against Canada, Costa Rica, and of course Ecuador. You know, and I think the team is playing with a high tempo. They played honestly. They're quite a physical outfit, which you need to be. But I think they play the game the way it should be played. You know, it's be honest out there, work hard, fight for things, and you know, try and play the type of football that people want to see. But I can't really comment too much on him because I don't know him that well. You know, I just met him in the passage now. But what I've seen so far, I think there's been a big improvement. I think, you know, with the attitude of players, they look like they want to play out there. They look like they're hungry out there, and he's got a fairly young squad as well. You know, so from my opinion, I think he's on the right track, and I wish him well in the World Cup.
We've done our analysis. Obviously, there's been quite a few changes to their side as well, and certainly from our perspective, it's been a little bit of a challenge to get some real analysis on the individual players. But we've watched their last few games, and they've had a couple of disappointing results, but a couple of very good results. So, as I said, we're expecting a tough game tomorrow night, and from our perspective, we've got to prepare ourselves to make sure that we don't fall to the trap of thinking that it's going to be anything other than a really intense international match.
I think for us, the main focus has really been on our training and our preparation as individuals and also as a team, our tactics and making sure we know our jobs, and then for us to execute that. I know a few of the South Africa players personally, and I know that they've got a lot of great players, but overall, until we find out the team sheet and who's available, then that's something that we can work on, you know, on a later day today or whatever it is. But as players, for us being part of World Cup preparations in the past, we're focused on what we're going to do as a team and what we're going to do to execute that on the pitch.
Well, our deepest condolences to his family and to everybody. As you know, that a member of his family has passed away, and Eric came to me and asked me about, you know, he said he's focused and he's ready to play, but he would like to be able to leave after the game because he has to do a lot of arrangements with the funeral and so on and so forth, which I fully respect. So there's no problem with him playing in the first game. If I decide to use him, he's fully motivated and psychologically he's okay. But what's important for him and his culture is that he gets back and organises the funeral. So I've agreed to allow him to go back after our game. He'll fly back on Tuesday to do all the preparations for the funeral. No, we don't need a replacement. Well, obviously, we'll have 17 players now. Hope we don't get any injuries, but you know, you can't replace a player when you're so many miles away from the place where you're playing. I mean, if a player comes on Tuesday, he gets here Wednesday or Thursday, he'll never be ready to play. So we're not going to replace him.